Are you struggling to draw a bird's head or feathers that look just right? Come on. You know, you're not alone. How to draw a bird's head or drawing bird's feathers tutorial are two of the most searched for topics for artists. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use an S curve, a C curve, and a straight line when drawing feathers. Hey, my name is Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Come on, let's get to work.
Let's think about feathers. They're similar to drawing a leaf, just like that. And then let's also come over here and draw a slight S curve. On a bird's wing, there are multiple types of feathers. So here's one. Let's look at this one first, where the top end has a slight roundness to it. Look at the right side. It has a nice curve. So this side's just going to be a simple C curve to create some variation. And the one thing with feathers is they kind of separate at times. So, you know, you might have like a separation in between individual strands. As a kid, you would grab a feather that maybe at the beach or something like that. You get a big old seagull feather. And of course, the more you would handle that feather, the more it would start to break apart. And then of course, down here at the bottom, you're going to have some of these little individual strands. I should have looked up the official name for those down near the bottom there. Okay, the other type of feather you have where it's real sharp at the end. I think a pheasant. You could probably find this more on a pheasant. So it might be like this. It might have some stripes on it. I even like up here at the tip, I'll just put like a little, just like a little dot. When you're drawing a feather, think of it being flat. And that center can either be a C curve or an S curve, or there are some shorter feathers that are, just almost straight. One thing when you're doing these, when you're drawing feathers, be careful that you don't make them perfectly symmetrical. Get some variation on one side. That will give it a lot of interest. And don't forget the fluffy bits. Let's bring up this picture here first. I think when you're drawing birds, let's draw an egg or an egg shape. All right, think of an egg. An egg is very round. Think of the volume. Now, if you were going to take some feathers and wrap it around the egg, and you could kind of look at the reference of this bird, of this secretary bird. Look, you might have something like this. Then underneath here, these feathers might be a little bit closer. Then they're even closer. So what you're doing here is you're creating volume. So like on the top here, you're laying down a feather like this. On the side, you're laying it down like this. And then on the bottom, you're coming underneath. You see that? So we're really trying to create mass and volume here. So this is what I want you to think of. Whenever we draw a face, I usually recommend that you follow this format. 2D, 3D, placement of the face, right? What does that mean? Simply this. here's my sphere. What's the 2D axis? Is it leaning to the right or to the left? And then if it's coming towards us, then my brow line is going to be this way. If it was falling away from us, my brow line would be like that. And then the placement of the face is, if the face was here, this is where my nose is. You see, it's kind of looking in this direction. You don't have to draw this, just watch it. If the face was over here, then my eyes over here, nose, and a mouth, okay? Well, we could use that same idea when it comes to, especially drawing birds, especially if they have a long neck, because birds tend to, they'll have a lot of movement where they will change the direction of their head and they'll kind of eyeball something, okay? So let's take a look at the head of this guy right here. All right, that's the 2D axis, all right? Now I'm going to say that we could see a little bit of his head, so he's sort of leaning towards us. So we want to come this way, you see? I'm probably exaggerating this, but I think it makes for an interesting drawing. And then of course, where's the center point of his head? And he's sort of turning towards us a little bit. So we could do this sort of thing. So 2D, 3D face placement, okay? I also want you to think of this, and I'm going to give you 2 more things to think about. I know it's a lot, but straight versus curve. Whenever we're drawing an animal or a human being, we need to keep thinking of straight. Where are the straights? Where are the curves? Okay? So top of his head is almost a straight. Look at this beak here. The bottom of his head is also a bit of a straight. You see that? Straight versus curve. Okay. Look at that eye. He has this great eyelid. Look at this. Let's make sure that we don't miss that. All right. And he's got these feathers. Look out. And then look at his neck. His neck is going to come way out here like this. Now I'm going to sharpen the ends of my feathers back here, like really sharpen the edge, and then think of like drawing a feather where I'm coming back with a center line. He has some fluffy bits. Look at those fluffy bits he's got right there. If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You could direct it toward me, or even down here in the comments below. You could ask a question and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.